Alright, hello everybody, welcome to something a little bit different for the channel. Since it is Halloween, I decided to make this a little bit of a different one. It's going to be a short story that I made for my my job at the college newspaper. And this is just a series of frightening events that happened to me when me and a friend or roommate, we went out to go get something to eat after watching a movie. So yeah, since it is the season of spook, let's start from the beginning. I shudder. My tale begins one night, last Tuesday at 9:30, to be precise. One of my roommates and I were about to leave the borders of our apartment to go get something to eat. This was unusual, but not unwarranted, since both of our last meals were before noon, and he did not spend any money on snacks when we watched Joker that night. We both had cravings for something home-cooked and pleasurable to the palate. I wanted chicken nuggets from Burger King, and him, pizza from Pizza Hut. Our first dilemma, however, was who would be driving this twosome to these establishments. Neither of us wanted to move our cars. I did not want to drive because I had driven to and from the movie theater, and he didn't want to leave because he had a good spot. Like the civilized gentleman I am, I offered the option of chance with a coin, and he accepted. With one swift flick of my thumb, our first president began to rise and fall in a tumble. Eventually, he landed right back into my hand. With sweaty brow and dry lips, I flipped my open palm, holding the coin onto the back of my wrist. The lights flickered, and I revealed heads! The exact side I did not want. An excited, almost evil smirk grew on my roommate's face. I grimaced and groaned as I grabbed my keys and put on my pants. This was but a taste of what was to come on this expedition that night. I was shook. 10 minutes later, we had just scooped the pizza from Pizza Hut's fiery embrace. Now I had just parked outside the palace of the Burger King. My stomach shrieked at me to give it sustenance. I told him, "Shut up, and you will get your nuggets." With my roommate staring blankly out the front window, I ran to place my order. My quest was cut short. The doors were locked. A chill ran down my spine as I read the open and closing times of the beloved restaurant. My eyes darted feverishly back and forth across the Tuesday Times, not once, not twice, but 3 times I scanned that wretched document. Then, found what I was looking for. The drive-thru times. Right there, I thought I had won. I thought I had claimed the ultimate prize. Little did I realize, that thought would be fleeting. Hopping back into my transport, I turned the key and revved the engine. I pushed the pedal to the metal, and I safely rolled into the drive-thru. Once I got there, a distorted voice reached out to me. "Welcome to Burger King," the voice cheerfully exclaimed. "May I take your order?" I then vocalized my desired items and drove to the pay window around the corner. By this time I was giddy. I thought I had beaten the evil haunting me that night. It was not to be. From the window, a friendly gentleman told me that they had run out of cookies. I had ordered those as an extra to complement my nuggets and french fries. Stunned, I said, "Oh." The man then told me that he would just take those off the order. "Okay," I whispered as my stomach attempted to swallow my uvula. I was shook. After an exchange of plastic currency for french fries and nuggets in a paper bag, my roommate, with pizza on his lap, and I rolled our way back to our Bison Court apartment. Little did I know, the most nightmarish affair was about to unfurl. After going through puddles and grime, my car needed to rest. I took a left off the road near Benson Bunker Hill and drove alongside Stockbridge. Then, the worst possible thing happened. I had to take a left down the other side of a column of parked cars. "No, no, no," I muttered as I continued to creep onward. My roommate and I were frantically looking for space. I then took a right and kept going down another column of parked cars. There were still no spaces. Then, as upset as I was the first time, I took a left and went south down another line of parked cars. Both of us were now vainly looking for a space to squeeze into, but it was to no avail. Every space in the Bison Court parking lot had an occupant. I was shook. I was not the only one who had this fate befall them this night, though. As the nose of my gray Volvo edged out into the street, a pickup truck pulled out of the lot parallel to us in the next lane over. The driver's eyes locked with mine. I solemnly shook my head, and an instant shot of fear and helplessness splashed across his face. We both knew where we had to go. After a quick but short-lived thought to park in a closer lot I do not have a pass for, I proceeded to turn right and drove forward about 30 feet. I took another right and drove 100 feet more. I hardly saw the stop sign as I gently pressed on my brakes. The rustle of my nuggets brought me back into focus. With one last longing look at the bursting Bison Court lot, I took a left and proceeded to the dreaded residence lot. Once there, we found a spot and quickly were able to escape the stifling confines of the car. As we hobbled off to our apartment, I locked the car and didn't look back. The night had been terrifying, to say the least. As we were walking back, but for an instant, I swear I could hear the NDSU parking and transportation services cackling in the clouds above, for I was shook. After the weekend, the car might still be in the residence lot. I may have been too lazy to bring it back to its Bison Court home due to staying up late and playing computer games. Thus, the lesson is, children, if you want some nighttime munchies, make sure to choose Tails and throw away your car keys, for I was shook. All right. Well, thank you very much for everyone for listening. That was sure something. Yeah, that's the video for today. Maybe another one. I haven't decided if I have time or not yet. But this will be the first one I think that'll be coming up. But anyways, this is obviously not what I normally do for the channel. Most of it's games anyways. But if you like this episode, please hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, tell me what I did wrong, right, with all that stuff. And I will see you on another video. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.